Hi folks, this is Dennis Boren, criminal defense attorney and former felony prosecutor. I want to talk today about using force and deadly force to protect your property. Now I'm talking about real estate, whether you own it or rent it, or anything that's movable. You can use force, not deadly force, but force to regain possession of property or prevent its being taken if it's immediate. Now, if it's during the daylight hours, you can use force as far as theft is concerned. Now, if it's at night, you can use deadly force. And we're going to talk a little bit more about deadly force here in a minute. You could also use force if somebody has dispossessed you of land, if they've used even, a threat or fraud. Now, if you've been evicted and there's a court order, you're not going to be in the same situation. You cannot use force in that circumstance. Frankly, you can be mistaken about the situation as long as it's reasonable. That just means another person is situated in your similar circumstance, could believe that they are being dispossessed of property that they own. Now, let's talk about deadly force. As I mentioned, you can use deadly force to prevent theft if it's at night, but not during the day. But anytime you believe that there's an imminent commission of either burglary, robbery, theft at night, like I told you, or some other crime like, assault, aggravated assault, or murder, or any kind of crime involving a possible homicide, you certainly can use deadly force. That just means you can use, per se, deadly weapons like a gun, or there are other things, just in the means and the manner of their use, can be deadly weapon, like a vehicle, to run over somebody or to strike them with a vehicle. Now, you also can use deadly force to prevent somebody from fleeing that is committing these things I just mentioned above. Now, it has to be immediate. You can't be waiting around and thinking about it. You need to be in hot pursuit, so to speak. Now, you need to also believe this is the only reasonable way possible to accomplish what we just talked about, that there just was no obvious other way to do it. Now, any judge or jury is going to consider your situation, what would they do? And that is really the reasonable standard. Also, you can use deadly force to recover land or property if you think by not doing so would expose you to a substantial risk of serious bodily injury or death. So that's the other circumstance that you can use it. As I always tell you, if you're in a situation where you have questions about this, or you just want to know more, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to respond to those. And also remember that if you're ever dealing with a police officer, any law enforcement, the best practice is to turn on your video camera on your smartphone and record what's going on, because that will definitely protect you. I hope this was helpful.